What's up, guys? This is Justin with IGN. I'm here with Marty.
Hey, guys.
And we are taking a look at Ubisoft's big reveal of The Crew.
Yeah,
one of their hot new original IPs, brand new brand.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
The company. Marty, you saw and played this game. We're
I had a chance to play this yesterday.
But I just want to say right off the top that this blew me away.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
IGN.com. It blew me away. No, the game is gorgeous. I mean, and it's you're a fan, I'm assuming, of stuff like Burnout, Paradise, and Need for Speed.
I mean, I'm not a huge racing guy, but I like Burnout. I like just sort of cruising around the city, finding events, finding cars.
Yeah. In this game, I mean, this absolutely channels the spirit, which you could see in this demo. It's not realistic. This isn't Forza or like Gran Turismo.
So it seems like Burnout Paradise, but instead of one city, it's just everywhere.
It's America.
And it's America.
Yeah.
America.
That's America. Yeah.
Burnout America.
We just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the game, Ubisoft's really priding themselves on, despite the fact that it's very arcadey, a realistic representation of America. That cities they showed off Vegas, they showed off Miami, and
it's
New
worth
York.
pointing out that this is the U.S. map. You drive across the Brooklyn Bridge. They show that, but it is obviously shrunk down. This isn't like to scale.
Yeah, and but there is, it's not like it's just pods of levels. It is you can drive. They said from the Pacific Northwest all the way to Miami.
Yeah, so you can drive from Seattle to Miami continuously, no loading screens.
Nope. And there's it's not just cities. Like in between the cities, they have rural areas, and you can have off-road races, and playing it like. What really impressed me, also going with kind of the realism, is they have real cars.
Right.
So the game has
cars.
all real-world cars, which means, on one hand, they're not going to have the same kind of like damage porn that Burnout Paradise and games like that have.
Because car manufacturers don't allow it.
Sure. But, on the other hand, like, I was able to ride in like an Aston Martin and a Lamborghini, and that's pretty cool.
Across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Stuff like that's awesome.
Yes.
So, Marty, is this an MMO, or is it just like very online? Or can you talk a little bit about that co-op multiplayer
They're
stuff?
positing it as an MMO, and that, this entire country is populated by, yes, there are AI, traffic and everything, but there are hundreds of players drive around this world, and you have a buddy list. And the one thing when I played it was after the game booted up, there was no load screens, and so at any point I could zoom the map out and have a map of America, and then I could see.
Did you see them? Did you actually do that yourself?
I literally did that. Yes, this was not smoke and mirrors.
So you were in New York. You pulled the map out.
Yeah, I zoomed the map out, and I saw someone was riding in Vegas. I just moved the cursor over to Vegas. I placed my car there, and then it zoomed in, and my car was there.
That's incredible. It's like they're wizards.
They are wizards. You're a wizard, Annie. And so it is a. It's one of those things. It's on Xbox One and PS4, and so that's definitely. I think the lack of load times is really one of the most impressive things I've seen from next gen, because we know like visuals are gonna. The game looks great, but it's not like, oh my god, I've never seen anything that looks like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big graphics guy. That's not what does it for me. I like to see new ideas.
Sure.
Like that, so.
And one thing right here you're seeing is they really allow you to car enthusiasts can take apart a car and replace it with kind of anything. Modify engines, modify wheels and everything.
And I'm assuming we don't have details on these systems yet, but it's not a stretch to imagine that that's sort of the MMO aspect, right? You got to sort of build up your car,
and also it
customize it. And you don't want to have the exact same car as somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. But it also it's partnered with a companion app, which they showed me, where you have this app on your iPad and you're able to make your car there.
Sure.
And then you hit a button and it transferred it into the game, and within like 5 seconds you were able to choose that car.
That's awesome.
So that was amazing. And a lot of
the objectives are is it just sort of drive around and discover them, or
it's a lot like like Burnout Paradise, where you're just driving, there's no like levels or anything, you're driving and all of a sudden you get to a challenge. And some challenges are kind of passive, where you'll hit a point and they'll be like, maintain a speed of 100 miles an hour for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, they do that in. They didn't do that in Burnout Paradise, but they did that in
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. Exactly, they're the traffic cameras.
Yeah. And then there's other ones that are kind of more like event based, which you see in this one.
Traditional races.
Yeah. Well, this is. I think this is the one where it's a 4-player. It's a co-op mission where they're trying to take down an AI car.
Right. So do you know much about how the crew system works and those rival crews? Or?
Yeah. Well, and so they didn't tell us about rival crews. They just hinted it at the end. But the crew system is it's like an MMO, like in WoW, where you'd what's the term in WoW?
Clan.
You clan up.
Go on raids.
Yeah, exactly. And like this raid was, 4 people were trying to take down this one AI car, and it's cooperative, but at the same time, whoever actually takes the car out gets the biggest reward.
Sure, and cooperative, competitive.
Exactly.
It's always
exactly.
that like push and pull, tug and pull.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's anything of what it is actually.
Yeah, we got it. This is all family site. Can't say that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was being able to play it was just it was really
so
rad.
Here's the deal. Like, I'm a jaded games writer.
Sure.
I've been doing this over a decade now. Normally, when I would see a game like The Crew, I'd be like, oh, all right, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to assume the finished product is going to be like way different. It's not going to pass like this. But what's selling me on this is you saw it, you played it, and can back up that this is all pretty legit.
Yes, exactly. Like,
so let me ask you this. I don't want to end on a downer note.
Sure.
But if things, like, how could this go sideways? Like, what could go wrong here?
I mean, it could, with the nature of always online, like, this is one of those games where, like, well,
Spotty, if my server goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
And what does it look like, if there's a lot of lag on
how much of this is drawing, I played it on the Xbox One, how much of this is drawing from the cloud, if there's something that goes wrong with that.
But so far, these are all good things to keep in mind. We definitely want to, not just give this game a free pass, but so far we're very impressed.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And the, the whole, the kind of fear surrounding always online and stuff like that is something that's just going to be prevalent with all games right now.
Well,
and so until this fall and then the spring, when we have these games in our hands and we're able to see, oh, this works fine, or no, this is a complete mess, that's something we're going to have to answer later on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this looks great. I think this is on my short list for Game of the Show. We haven't seen a lot of stuff yet, but we're already nominating games now at IGN, and this 100%. Is one of them. So The Crew looks absolutely great, and for all of E3's greatest games, keep it locked to IGN.